just going to get stuff set up real quick. Okay, so welcome back to another episode of Severe Weather Coverage. So right now we are in Iowa. Goodness gracious. We've got 3 tornado warnings in this line of rather previously thought to be weak storms as they continue to rapidly intensify. Let's look at the warning statements for these here. So for one of these, this top one, warning's in effect till 4 o'clock. Sorry guys, I'm just taking. So this warning is going to expire soon. This one is going to expire in a little over 10 minutes there. And then this warning on the bottom is the longest going. That goes till... Rather, we have 4 tornado warnings in effect here in Iowa. The furthest south one is also gone tornado warned. So right now we're going to look at some areas that need to be taken cover right now. Stout, New Hartford, Holland, Grundy Center, Morrison, Dyke, Garwin, Gladbrook need to be taken cover right now, as well as New Sharon. And a few of these tornadoes actually have been confirmed to be on the ground. Just going to try to find those quickly. Tornado was located over Grundy Center as of 3:46 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that was very recent. Fairly recent, about 10 minutes ago there. All these are moving northeast fairly slow. So let's look at our velocities here now. So it looks like it's cleared up a little bit here. We can do a storm relative velocity. That might help us look at get some better readings here. So right now, where we get those greens and reds right next to each other is where we're going to be seeing our main area of rotation. So mainly here northwest of New Hartford. Here just northeast of Holland for those storms respectively, just north of LeGrand right there on this cell, as well as just west of New Sharon right there in that kind of area as well. So these are all very dangerous storms, and this was especially on a day when not much was expected at all. So it's pretty crazy here. Let me just go back to reflectivity here. So again, this line of storms is looking pretty menacing right now as we get kind of almost isolated supercellular little tornadic thunderstorms there that are going to be, yeah, we've got this all along a line here, which is just pretty crazy. So this warning is about to expire. New tornado warning. Tornado warning including Shell Rock, Iowa until 4:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. That, I believe, is the further north storm. Where's Shell Rock? Did we talk about that already? This one has the confirmed tornado on it. That warning expires in about 15 minutes. Further south, I'm just trying to find the Shell Rock storm. So yeah, we've got almost a little tornado outbreak on our hands here in just Iowa, when the main show is expected to be further south there. Let's head back and look at our velocities here. We can go to storm relative. I think that'll give us a better picture as well. Try base velocity. So again, all these storms look to continue being rotating, especially there, that kind of area, just east of Holland. So Holland may have just been hit. We knew that this storm had a confirmed tornado located over Grundy Center here. Probably it's continuing to be on the ground. Further south, a little bit less organized rotation. It's looking like on this, but kind of this broad area near Garwin. And then on the furthest south storm, New Sharon, the rotation looks to be just west of town. So New Sharon needs to be taking cover right now, as well as if you're in any of these tornado-warned areas. So this is pretty crazy, given that it's late November. And then we've got multiple tornado warnings. Just in Iowa here. Are these the there is one other tornado warning down in Louisiana. So locations impacted there are Pineville, Kingsville, and Tioga, Paradise, Collin, and Lubbock, Esler Regional Airport, and Centerpoint Centerpoint rather, for that tornado warning. But we're gonna stay here in Iowa, given the ridiculous concentration of tornado warned storms here. I would not be surprised to see a tornado be confirmed on this northern storm. Yeah, it's the Shell Rock one we were just talking about. That warning, I believe, now goes to 4:45 p.m. So Shell Rock needs to be taking cover. Any areas in this red box need to be taking cover. Storms moving generally north-northeast there, as you can see. Further south, again, we have this rapidly intensifying storm. It's going to be moving towards Dyke shortly, so they need to be taking cover. Grundy Center was where the tornado was reported, way over here. So that's probably past Grundy Center, so anywhere east of Grundy Center there needs to be taking cover. Morrison as well. Further south on our next storm, this tornado warning storm is going to go through Gladbrook and Garwin in the next couple of next 10 or 20 minutes. And then further south on our next tornado warning storm, New Sharon. It's most likely moving through right now. New Sharon area, and east of there needs to be taking cover. Further to the south, we have more developing storms. So these will bear watching as well as we move through the evening. But right now we're going to stay pretty focused on these ones up here. Sorry about the kind of green screen issue when I lean over to check my computer here, guys. It's still far from perfect science. And it also looks like the southern end in between this tornado warning and this tornado warning may be intensifying as well. We can see a lot of lightning has been popping up recently there, so that could be a sign it's about to do something. This is looking pretty concerning here west of Dyke as well. This looks like a very pretty pronounced area of rotation there. So Dyke needs to be taking cover now, especially. Anywhere else in that warning as well. Let's check out our relative velocity where we can see that rotation a little bit better. Yeah, as we had seen on the previous scan of Subra's velocity, there's that pronounced area of rotation there just west of Dyke. Further north, looks like the tornado is probably going to be a little further west there. Shell Rock is up next in the path there. Onto the southern ones. This is looking to be a little bit better organized here, just west of Garwin. Is that Garwin? Yeah, it's Garwin. That's where our primary concern is right now. But again, if you are in a tornado warning, do take cover. Conditions can change rapidly. New Sharon looks to be an organized area of rotation just west of there. Then most of these warnings expire. The one for Grundy County, I believe, it expires at 4:15 p.m. The tornado warning for Bramer and Butler County expires at 4:45 p.m. And then the tornado warnings for I can't even read that. Mahashka and Paushik counties. That expires at 4:30, and the one for Marshall and Tama expires at 4:30 as well. Interesting here, we are seeing, as you can see, those kind of brighter white lightning strikes up in this area. Lightning is often correlated with the storm intensifying and often doing something interesting pretty quickly afterward. Yep. Further to the north, there looks like there may be another developing area of rotation here further south from this main one that's been tornado warned, just west of New Hartford. So that's going to be something we need to watch as well. You can see there's kind of a few more lightning strikes picking up there as well. One thing we can look at that is our echo tops, which can tell us kind of where we're getting a sustained updraft. This is pretty funny because storms are such low tops, which would suggest not a terribly strong updraft and maybe not tornadoes then. So we can see we've got a cell here with a darker blue, which signifies higher. And we also have another cell down here, so that will be something to watch as well. Garwin storm looks to be a little bit less organized with lower tops. And the farthest south one looks pretty good there. Let's check back with our regular reflectivity here, see if we can gain anything from that. Interestingly enough, the furthest south storm is really taking on kind of a more cellular appearance. This Garwin storm looks to be weakening reflectivity-wise, but no reason it still couldn't have a tornado on the ground there. And these cells look to almost be kind of splitting as well and becoming a little more isolated, so this is pretty crazy right now. And again, we do have more stuff developing further south down here as well, so we'll watch that. Interested to see as well if anything in this kind of middle area near Grinnell does anything as well. There we go. Not looking like they have too much rotation yet, but it's still definitely something to be watched. This is looking much more interesting now here west of New Sharon. Again, it looks to have developed more of a pronounced kind of rotation effect there. Yeah, definitely a fairly tight couplet there west of New Sharon. Definitely some rotation there. New Sharon should be undercover already. Anywhere in this tornado warning needs to be undercover. Yeah, there have been reports from Grundy Center there. Back to our north here on these tornado warnings. This doesn't look terribly organized just on super res velocity, but that's not everything here. None of these tornado warning storms look terribly organized on super res velocity, except for this one up here mainly, near Shell Rock, which definitely could be producing a tornado right now. Probably might have one down there. Just gonna scroll through my warnings list here, see if we've got anything else. Still have that tornado warning for Avioles County, I believe, in Louisiana. So yeah, this is turning out to be a pretty crazy day here. Looks like also some rotation continuing west of Dike there. So Dike should be undercover. Anywhere in these tornado warnings needs to be undercover right now. Yeah. This might be our most kind of obvious area of rotation now, just north of New Sharon, right in this area here. So, again, like I've been saying, New Sharon needs to be taking cover. Any areas that are 21 right now need to be taking cover. Just trying to see if we can get any more info on this. And there was another confirmed tornado earlier in Iowa today. So Iowa's living up to its reputation today as the tornado state. But again, it's a very dangerous situation. Any one of these tornado warnings need to be taken cover. Yeah, looks like we could have a little bit more intense area of winds here northeast of Morrison. So that's going to be something to be watched. But we're kind of in this radar fuzz area. So we can't, it's not, can't really tell much there. Looking at the higher levels, definitely looks to be a couplet just northwest of Dyke, as well as possibly one west of New Hartford there, and then one further northeast near Shell Rock. So those are all things that need to be watched. Still on the further south one, appearing to be rotating pretty strongly west of New Sharon. The ones down further south don't appear to be doing all that much right now. Could be a very intense area of rotation there, just west of Dyke, as well as we've been noticing there with the brighter green here, signifies stronger winds, as well as the Shell Rock storm could be very intense as well. I would not be surprised to see a confirmed tornado with those. We did have one near Grundy Center earlier this afternoon on the ground. Could look at the Davenport radar for the southern ones. We can check. We're going to do a quick check-in with the further south. So there's not really much good radar coverage in that area. So yeah. So these do bear watching. There could be a little bit of area of rotation in there near those lightning strikes, but nothing all that impressive looking right now. The main show is further north here in Iowa today. Let's head back to our closer radar in Des Moines. Yeah, definitely looking like there's a pretty good area of rotation there, southwest of Shell Rock. So why don't we do, I think we're going to do another run through the areas that are under tornado warning right now, the main population centers here. Further south one, New Sharon is the main population center there under that tornado warning, so they need to be taking cover now, and especially areas close northeast of New Sharon. Further north, we have tornado warning including Garwin and Gladbrook. Areas around Garwin and Gladbrook, especially east and northeast of those, need to be taking cover, as well as Garwin and Gladbrook. This tornado warning includes Grundy Center, Morrison, and Dyke. Those areas need to be taking cover. If you're in between any of those places, also need to be taking cover. And then Shell Rock is the one that we have on this furthest north storm. Sorry. Yes. Let's see. Have we had any updates recently? One looks to have been canceled there. I think it's on this this middle one. Sorry guys, I'm just... So as of 4:05 p.m. here, sorry I did not get this quick enough here. We do have a confirmed tornado on the ground near Shell Rock, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. So that's going to be around this area as of 4:05 p.m. So this is a confirmed tornado in this storm. Warning is in effect for the next half hour until 4:45 p.m. So this is a very dangerous storm there. Looks like we did have another warning just be canceled. So it's the furthest north one and the furthest south one that are currently warned. This storm, the main area of interest was located 9 miles southwest of Montezuma, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour on this one. As we can see, that kind of area of rotation continue there. Right there, when you get that green right next to the red there. And then it looks like the other storms kind of have dropped off rotation-wise. I'm not sure whether or not this is accurate, but it could be a pretty intense situation there in Shell Rock right now. As we see that bright green. Could just be kind of a fluke, but we'll see. So yes, the north storm is warned until 4:45 p.m. and the furthest south one is warned until 4:30 p.m. We do have kind of a severe thunderstorm situation going on further south, so we might take a look at that until we get some new stuff going on up here. Let's head on down there. There is a tornado warning here. It may... it's not wanting to load the warning for me here. Okay. Interesting. The radar seems to be kind of old, too. Maybe we'll head back to Iowa. Seems kind of glitchy down here right now. Oh yeah, the warning has been dropped there. So maybe we head back to Iowa. Let's head back to Iowa, shall we? Just a sec here. So again, this Shell Rock storm is warned until 4:45 p.m. As of 4:05 p.m., we did have a confirmed tornado. Right now, it's just radar indicated now, so it may have lifted in the time. So we're talking about this area right here. As of 4:16, the warning statement says, as of 4:16, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Shell Rock, or 10 miles southwest of Waverly, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. So places impacted there include Shell Rock and Waverly, as well as Waverly Municipal Airport. So those areas need to be taken cover now. Further to the south, we have this storm that looks to be intensifying as it heads into Montezuma. Sorry, we do have new information on this one. We have a confirmed tornado on the ground near New Sharon, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. So that's a very dangerous situation as well now. Let's get a little bit of a closer look there. 4:16 p.m. was 3 minutes ago. So they say it was a radar confirmed tornado, so I would assume what they're talking about is this kind of would assume they're kind of talking about this this area right here moving northeast towards Montezuma. So those areas need to be taken cover. as well. So continuing on, that looks to be continuing to rotate. Probably still has a tornado on the ground. Places impacted by this storm is mainly Montezuma, so that area needs to be taken cover. I'm getting reports possibly of nickel-sized hail in Montezuma from this storm as well. Not confirmed yet, but possible reports of that. Looking further north at the Shell Rock one, it's looking a little bit messier. It could just be just radar not getting a great grip on it. But if there were, it is tornado warning still until 4:45 p.m. We do have a new tornado warning until 5 p.m. for Paushik County. It's a continuation of the warning down here. So that's a pretty big warning there. Now we have Montezuma is included in the warning. Deep River, I believe, Guernsey, I think is how you pronounce it, is included in the warning there. So those areas need to be taken cover now. I'm just trying to see here. Let me change something here. And remember, guys, if you like what you see right now, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, please. Thank you. It means a lot. Just trying to fit that better. That looks a little bit better. Yeah. Sorry about that delay there. So again, the tornado looks to be right down here, just southwest of Montezuma. So Montezuma is up next here in the path of this storm. So that area needs to be taken cover now. This is really the storm of interest now, as it's getting it's more isolated than the further north storm. And as we can see on that last scan, it's really kind of picked up a bit. And like we've been saying, possible reports of nickel-sized hail there in Montezuma. So that would not be out of place there. Possible reports as well of tightening rotation just southwest of Montezuma. Further north, we'll also have to watch these kind of areas here as they get a little bit more cellular and could start to rotate as well. Let's look at our echo tops here just to see if we got any interesting features there with some more dominant storms. These storms do look to be intensifying there as we got their tops in the darker blue going up a little bit there. So that will be something to watch in the future. This Shell Rock storm looks like it could be weakening a little bit. Its tops are looking a little less organized, and it's dropping off lightning-wise, but still tornado warned until 4:45 p.m. We do have another storm developing northwest of Garwin with a high top as well. Some lightning there. But again, this Montezuma storm looks to be the big one we're focusing on right now. So when we're talking about tops there, we mean in terms of the top of the storm cloud. Higher tops could mean a higher, or rather a stronger updraft, which could signify a better potential for severe hazards. Again, we're looking at this Shell Rock storm now. The rotation looks to be probably in this area here. Let's see if that correlates at all with our other products there. Looking a little bit messy, but again, there could be some area of tornadic rotation in through there. Where's my mouse? Yeah, there we go. Let's head back on down south there. Check on that. Could be a little bit of area of rotation there near Dike, but it is kind of in the radar area where we can't draw too many conclusions off of that. Again, right now our main area of focus is just southwest of Montezuma. Rotation does look to be weakening a little bit, but there is no reason that it could not tighten back up. It is tornado warning until 5 o'clock, so that's for the next 34 minutes. This is a pretty dang long tornado warning. Areas in the warning include Deep River, Montezuma, Guernsey, I think is how you say it. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. We may head back down south a little more. Let's go to this one in Louisiana here. That looks like a fairly intense area of rotation there, northwest of Marksville. Right there, I would not be surprised if we had a confirmed tornado with this storm. Yep. Wait, I'm on the different warning, rather. My bad. Here, hold up. At 4:18 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Marksville. So Marksville is there. 4:18 p.m. was about 10 minutes ago, so it's moved off Marksville in that time period. So this this area of rotation there is probably where a tornado is. I would assume, I would think that there's probably one on the ground here. It's fairly, yeah, there's a good signature there for that looks very conductive for tornadoes. So this area needs to be taken cover now. Marksville area, especially northeast of Marksville, needs to be taken cover. You are under tornado warning until 4:45. Also, we do have a line of severe warnings northeast there, with some winds moving through Mississippi. So this is just looking more like a squall line type threat. So just severe winds and possibly some larger hail with these. Let's head back up into Iowa here. See how our storms are doing up there. This is interesting here now. We look to be getting more of a core as well as some more lightning there on this storm east of Gladbrook. So that will be something to watch. I don't know if it's rotating at all. We can check in with that quickly. Looks to possibly be getting a little bit of area of rotation there together, but nothing all that worrying right now. So we'll check back in with that in a little bit. Shell Rock storm continues to rotate there. Probably right around there is where we'd have our main tornado threat. And then further to our south, where we did have that other confirmed tornado near Montezuma, it's looking to be pretty dang tight here. So Montezuma, you guys need to be taking cover now. It's a very dangerous situation. So that's headed for you guys. It's headed your way shortly. So you guys need to be taking cover now, as well as areas east of Montezuma. Does look to be a bit of strengthening on these further southern cells here, as we'll continue to watch those as well, just judging by what the heck happened in Iowa here. No, like, risk area from the Storm Prediction Center or anything today. Stuff just kind of exploded. And we had, we desperately need a radar here, on this, area of Missouri. Right now, just judging by this kind of crappy radar image, though, it looks like it could be some fairly strong cells here. Definitely need to be watched for possible rotation. Could be a little bit right now. We have a 20% mesoscale discussion. I mean, I was just in the general thunderstorm risk here. There's a mesoscale discussion out for which is the possibility of a watch there, which is interesting. Just judging it's a little after the fact there. It's unlikely, just a 20% probability of a watch being issued for east central Iowa and northern Missouri. But, you know, something exciting. Sorry for the little pause here, guys. I think I'm going to take a quick little break. I will be back in a little bit. Okay, do have a little bit of new information now. We have a confirmed tornado as of a minute ago, just near Montezuma. Um, so that's now a confirmed tornado near Montezuma. So that's storm continues to be very dangerous. Anyone in this tornado needs to be taking cover now. Yeah, very dangerous storm there. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I know you guys can't see me. We know some spotters there now. Bo Smith, Ginger Latching. Yeah, there's some also. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. As well, make sure if you like it, please do subscribe. Appreciate it and means a lot. Alright, I might sign off for a little bit here. So our only tornado warning now is in effect for until 5 p.m. for this confirmed tornado northeast of Montezuma. Hmm. Alright, so I may be signing off for the night here. I've got some stuff to do and I'm pretty tired, so. New tornado warning has just been issued now until 5:15 p.m. for Mark, Broomfield, and Pulaski for a radar indicated tornado. I think this should go tornado warned any second. I did see the tweet there. So we should have a new warning in just a moment here. We've been talking about these further south storms before. Yep, there we go. We do have a tornado warning now on this in effect for the next 38 minutes or so. So those areas seem to be taking cover. Pulaski, Flores, Bloomfield, I believe Mark is in there as well. Yeah. Let's see here. What our velocities look like. Not really anything too obvious here. We are pretty dang far from our radar, but storms are moving northeast at 30 miles an hour and issued because of radar indicated rotation. Overall, I think once we have these two storms kind of run their course, I think we're probably going to be in the clear for tonight, Iowa-wise. There's not really all that much to support these storms anyways. Alright, I think I'm going to head off for tonight, guys. Thank you guys for watching.